we're live. Why am I always the only one here when we're live? Why? Why?
I am hoping that my mic is live.
Oh.
What's going on, people? Wagwan.
And
Nobody
there's nobody
did
there.
it. Nobody did it. Where'd everybody go? Hey, where'd everybody go? All right.
All right. You
So
just
there's a whole lot of that's
okay. I have you just do your
I
thing.
just do my thing.
How is
Do
it
your
that
thing.
this phone doesn't come up? Oh my goodness.
Is a three-headed monster gonna be present?
I haven't even.
Actually, you know what? Remember your mic is live, man.
You remember.
I got to talk about. You know, it's funny that we are here. We are live. We are here. We're live. We're here. And whenever we go live, we go live. And we go live. And we're still waiting around. See who's going to join us, who's coming in, who are far within other room. Because right now, we've only, we're just here maxing and relaxing, chilling. Chilling like a villain. I got a few things I need to get taken care of. And in trying to get some preparation going, trying to get prepped, trying to get ready. What's going on, people? What's happening? It's Sunday afternoon, and you're here with Nino in the kitchen. Lo is just kind of getting herself together. As I am going to be, I don't know what I'm going to be doing today, but I'm in the kitchen today, guys. And when you see me in the kitchen, you know magic is about to happen. So, what magic? I don't know yet. I've got a few things in mind. I'd like to hear from you guys as to what it is that you want to see happen, because I got a few options. Got a few options here. And the options I'm looking at right now and I'm contemplating is, one of the things I realize in going to restaurants and eating out is we realize how expensive restaurants has gotten, how expensive eating out has gotten. Tyler was here last week as he was on the show last week. He's returned to Tokyo yesterday, and he landed safely. Everything's well. But I'll tell you this, though, that when I was taking him to the airport, he decided he wanted something to eat. So we decided to stop off at a little spot and grab some oxtail. And if you can believe this, for those of you out there that do enjoy a good oxtail at a West Indian restaurant, a small oxtail in Pickering was costing me $25. If you can imagine, that is almost highway robbery. $25. And as I was driving, and he and I were having a conversation about how expensive this was, he's trying to compare the cost of food in Japan versus the cost of food here. And it is just extraordinary. There's quite a vast difference. And I thought to myself, you know what? Now I understand why I spend more time buying raw products and doing the cooking myself. Because for me to go to a restaurant and pay $25 for a small oxtail is blatant and clearly highway robbery. Okay, I don't condone that. So one of the things I thought about, well, that I'm going to do the live this week based on cooking. And one of the dish that I'm going to be preparing, guys, believe it or not, it's something that can actually take you anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes to prepare. Once you have everything prepared, you have all your ingredients on hand. A lot of these dishes are very easy to assemble, very easily put together. And you can always reference back to these videos as we go through and see what these items are and what it is that you like about them. But in saying so, I'd like to tell you as well that there are certain basic ingredients that one should have in their refrigerator when it comes to getting your
You might
get.
want to wait until you get some of our friends populating in the live.
Do we have friends?
Hello.
do, do we do we have friends?
Oh, you jumped right in there, dude.
Do we have friends? I can see we have 4 people here,
Okay.
and climbing. It's climbing, but we have friends. I start too quickly. The lady says I start too quickly, and I don't usually have time
Hi guys, we're doing a
to
little
to
different
to, to
format
muck
today,
around,
and I'll tell you why in a minute.
and I like to get right to the nit and the grit.
Yes, but you
Right?
get started before
So
everybody
hold on.
gets here.
So this is why you guys need to be on time. Everybody needs to be on time.
Okay.
They need to be. You need to be on time. You're always cussing me about not being on time, but you're not on time.
Oh, why is this on?
I don't know if it's on.
Oh,
It was
not
just
on.
was it just beeping?
I was on time, everybody.
Wow. Can you guys see what she just did? She's standing in front of me.
Time,
She's blocking me.
I was on time.
So, as I always tell you guys, make sure you call your mother, your sister, your uncle, your nephew, even your in-laws that you don't like, and tell them Nino and Lo is on board. We've got our live going, and we need to have you over here because we're about ready to demonstrate to you some cooking techniques, some preparation of some wonderful meals that you're gonna
Meals. So
really.
you're making more than one.
I'm probably making more than one. I'm probably gonna do more than one. It's entirely. What are you warming up now? Oh. It's entirely up to the audience as to what it is they want to see. Options that I'm looking at, though, guys, and I did mention to you that I suggest that there are a few items that one should have in their kitchen or in their pantry um, in order to prepare meals sometimes at an instant. And one of those items that I always carry in my kitchen is I always have olive oil. Olive oil is a must in my kitchen. It's a must. It's just one of those things where, it's quite versatile and it can be used for a lot of different types of cooking. Okay. The versatility is there. Uh, the other one that I'm looking at is pesto. Okay, pesto goes amazingly well with pasta and various other dishes. So must always make sure you have a can of pesto or a jar of pesto in your pantry or in your refrigerator, ready for, you can whip up a pasta dish in, no time really. I like to also keep with me 35% cream. Now the important thing with 35% cream is that it's a rich, heavy cream that can be used, and that too is quite versatile. You can use it, as you can see here. You can just whip it, add some sugar to it, and you have whipped cream. You can use with your strawberries, or you can use this to prepare, a fettuccine dish or some sort of pasta dish uh, of your choice. And the other thing is Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, must always have freshly grated or fresh Parmesan cheese. I'm not a big fan of that powdered stuff that a lot of people use to, you open the little canister and you sprinkle on your pasta. Nino and Lo don't do that. Okay, we go by way of a brick of Parmesan, and we grate our own Parmesan. That in itself, you get a nice fragrance from it, and it really enhances your dish. So these are items that I keep handy in and around my kitchen almost regularly. This is a part of my kitchen. I'm going to show you a few more items that also join in the project. But this for me is on a bit more of an Asian tip. Okay, so you can make any sort of Asian dishes, Chinese dishes, in some cases Japanese. You've got Malaysian, Thai, you name it. Um, One of the items that I like to keep in my pantry is sesame seed oil. Okay, can of sesame seed oil, very important. Soy sauce, you got to have soy sauce if you're making Asian. You've also got to have garlic on board, ginger on board, and these are items I said that I keep around. Here's another one that I use. It's a fish sauce. So when you're making your Asian inspired dishes, always good to put a splash of fish sauce in there. And one of my favorite thing to use in my Asian inspired dishes is hoisin sauce. Okay, and these are things you can pick up at your local grocer, and these are items that really help out when it's time for you to put these Asian inspired dishes or Mediterranean inspired dishes as it relates to the use of olive oil and garlic and Parmesan cheese and that type of stuff. Get involved. A lot of fresh herbs, a lot of rosemary. I also use a lot of fresh thyme leaves. And in making uh, Thai food, one of the items that I really enjoy using is the Thai basil. Okay, that's a very, very good item. And now I appreciate all you guys in there giving us a thumbs up as you enter the room. Give us a like, tap your screen for those hearts to be popping up um, as we get started here. So I'm going to be preparing for you today. And I'm going to be jumping back and forth. I think the first dish I'm going to be preparing for you is probably a fettuccine alfredo or chicken fettuccine alfredo. Okay, I've also got some shrimps here, and I'm gonna show you. I've got some really large shrimps. These ones are actually called 1315. And if you ever wonder when you go and buy shrimp in the supermarket and you see those numbers that are on there, usually one number to the other, these ones are 1315. And what it usually means is that it takes 13 to 15 of those to make a pound. Okay, so you need 13 to 15 of them to make a pound, or in this case, a kilo. You know, if you're Americans, we're talking about pound. Rest of the world, we're talking about kilo.
We've got moving wheels 26 in the
What's
house.
going on, moving wheel? It's nice to have you joining us. And I'm going to show you just a quick glance at the ones I've got here, the 13, 15. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. Now that is what they like to refer to as a jumbo shrimp, which we all know that is quite the oxymoron, given that you cannot be jumbo and shrimp at the same time. But for the sake of food and for the sake of cooking, we're going to call that jumbo shrimp. Okay, so that it is. That's it. When you talk about the 1315, or you might see a 1520, which means now you're talking about 15 to 20 pieces to make a pound, or in the rest of the world to make a kilo, okay, of shrimp, and that's kind of how it measures up. Now, when you're buying shrimp in a store, my advice to you is, sometimes you go and you see the packaging and you see these shrimp that actually red, a little reddish tinge. I'm not a big fan of buying those ones. Those ones are pre-cooked. I prefer to buy something that is, as they call these ones, black tiger shrimp, that they're uncooked. And I'm just going to show you again. It's uncooked, and it's still got the shell. It's still got the shell on. Okay. It's also deveined. It's got a little slit in the back there, so it's deveined. It's always wise to buy your shrimp deveined and shell and uncooked. Okay, so that's the thing. I'm going to be putting my water on now to get my pasta going. And I want you guys to stick with me through this whole process. I've got a nice big pot here I'm going to be using for my pasta. It's always good to have lots of water. You can have an excessive amount of water to boil your pasta. I like to use a little warm water just to kind of speed up the process. and it depends on the size pot. But I like to put enough there where it's not gonna dry out and it's not gonna cause a problem with the pasta. All right. So as you can see, I've got pretty much about half full. And I'm just gonna put that on the burner. Get my stove on. And as I get my water going, I'm gonna be doing my mise en place, which means I'm gonna be preparing some items ahead of time. All right. And this is just gonna help with the let's get the cutting board here. I'm gonna use my big kahuna cutting board. All right. So I'm gonna get the items ready. I've got here a bunch of shallots. I've got some shallots. I've already peeled the shallots, and I prefer to use shallots over onions because they've got a really nice flavor. Shallots really enhance it. It's used primarily in a lot of French cooking. Okay, so you have onions, and the onion has a really pungent taste, really pungent flavor. When you deep working with a shallot, it has a flavor of the onion. It also has a flavor of garlic incorporated in that. It's almost like a cross between an onion and a garlic. Okay, a clove of garlic. So I've got a few of them here. I'm also going to grab some assorted peppers. I think I've got some peppers here. Yeah, I've got some peppers. I've got some peppers. I've got an assortment of peppers here, guys. Look at those colors. I've got quite an assortment. Um, See, I've got red pepper, I've got orange, and I've also got yellow pepper. Now, when I look at this, I think, well, what's missing from this? You got it, a green pepper. Got a piece of green pepper here, but there are times when I'm making fettuccine alfredo where I may opt not to use a green pepper, but instead I might add a bit of fresh spinach to it, and that in itself gives it another look, another taste, because you already have an assortment of peppers, but what you're missing is that greenery. So here comes that spinach, fresh spinach in with your pasta, just brings it to another level. All right. So I'm gonna get these all cut up. Let me just grab these. I'm gonna grab a bowl so I can wash my pieces of pepper. So let me just move these items over. And like I said, I have the option. I have the option of making either a shrimp fettuccine alfredo or a chicken fettuccine alfredo. I'm going to opt to use chicken today. All right. So before I do that, let me just cut a piece of this pepper, and I'm going to grab a little piece of each just to kind of get a nice color contrast going. And we've got an orange one here. I'm going to get a piece of that. That's a lot of pepper, but hey, if you don't like peppers, then you really don't have to use pepper in this dish. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you what it is that you use. It's all about your preference, and it's all about your flavor profile. What it is that you're looking for. I like to just trim these a little bit, just kind of get the white parts off. All right, got them. I'm just gonna throw them in the sink, and we're just. It's very important as well that while you're cooking away, you're cleaning away. All right, you keep your kitchen nice and tidy. All right. So I've got my peppers. What I also like to do when I'm doing it, as you can see here, I've got a little piece of the white that came out. I like to just trim that off. I don't want to get that in my dish. And I'm going to be julienne. It's called a julienne. I'm just going to cut them in little strips. All right. So I'm just going to cut my pepper in little strips. And the reason I'm doing this is, as you know, pasta, the pasta that I'm using today is fettuccine, and it's a long, stringy. So I want to try and make everything in my plate quite uniform. So I've got my strip of my pepper cut roughly about an inch, right? I want to get them, and I want to get everything almost looking the same in the plate as much as I can. So I get my peppers, and you just got to take your time. You don't have to do it as quickly as I do. Just take your time as you go through doing this, and slice your peppers just about 1 inch apart. Now look at that. So I've got my peppers there. I've also got, I think I'm probably going to use, what do you think? I'm going to use 4 shallots. Okay. So here are my shallots, and they're peeled. Okay. I've already got them peeled and ready to go. I'm just going to get them washed. And I'm just using this little bowl here to get all my ingredients all washed. Let's grab a piece of paper towel. And these are quite small, they're quite tiny. So you've got to pay attention to which way the grain is running here. Okay, so I cut it in half. And it's always wise, guys, when you're cutting an onion of any kind, be it a shallot or an onion, that you cut it in half. And when you cut it in half, the reason for doing that is that the flat surface, you put the flat surface right down on the board. Okay, hope you guys can see that.
You've got Jessie 14 in the house. She wants to know what's cooking.
What's going on, Jessie? Welcome to the channel. I'm actually preparing fettuccine Alfredo. Let me rephrase that. Chicken fettuccine Alfredo today. Okay. So I've got the shallots on the board, and it's all flat. Boom. The flat side is down.
Can they see that?
And the reason for that,
sure you might need to get a little closer.
Let me get closer. All right. And the reason for
I
that.
Can hold it.
There we go. We get low here. And the reason for that is when you put it on the board, it's flat on the board. You try cutting something that's round, and it's going to move around, and next thing you know, boop, you're going to nick your finger. But if you keep it flat on the board, cut it in half, one side flat, and you just go and make little slices, you know? And when you can't cut it anymore, you flip it over to the flat side again, and you continue to cut. See that, guys? One more time. So we just cut away, and you're going to get to a point where you can't get any further. You flip it over on the other flat side, and you just cut. All right. There we go. And we got our water boiling for our pasta. And I don't think, even though I've got 4 of these shallots, I think I might just go with 3. I'm just going to put 1 back. I think 3 will be.
I'm going to move this away from your hot pot a little bit.
My hot pot.
There you go.
All right. So we're just going to cut away.
You do your thing.
Do my thing. Just going to cut away here, guys. And I've got my water boiling right now. You can see the water boiling for my pasta. There's my water boiling away. So in doing so, when my water gets boiling, one of the things I'm going to do is, let me just back up here so we can get the pot in the frame. I am going to be adding some salt to my water. It's very important to add some salt when you're cooking pasta. Okay, just get a good helping of salt and just drop in there. Another thing that's also important when you're cooking pasta is I like to put a little oil in my pasta pot, and the reason for that is once the pasta starts boiling, it releases that extra semolina or flour, and it ends up in the water. And what it does, it creates this white color that will turn the water white, and it starts to bubble, and it can just bubble over. But with a little oil in there, the oil neutralizes that, and it prevents it from boiling over. All right.
Now you have Gabe's Sewell 9562 says hello.
What's
and
going
Happy
on,
New Year,
Gabe?
friend.
Gabe, welcome to the channel. We appreciate you stopping by to see what's going on. I'm actually preparing a chicken fettuccine alfredo, and I'm get my garlic and my other ingredients ready here. Okay, I've got what have I got here? 5 cloves. I don't think I need that much. These are 3 large ones. We'll just use the 3 large ones. And let me just turn the stove down a little bit because I'm going to be putting the pasta in there, but I just want to slow that up a little. Here's what I'm going to do as well. Let me just grab a little bit of water. Just going to add a little bit of water to that pot, which is just going to slow that up a little bit. All right, we're just going to slow down the steam a little bit. All right, so I've got my shallots, I've got my onions, and now I'm going to get my garlic. So I've got my garlic here. All right, and what I like to do is I get my garlic clove. I just put the flat side of my knife just to my garlic, and I give it a little pop. I just want to pop them open, and what that does is it enables you to remove the peel of the garlic very easily. All right, so as I smash it, boom, look at that. My garlic is peeled. First one is peeled and ready to go. And I just grab it and just peel it off. All right, see what we got there? We got a peeled garlic. We're all set with that. So I've got 3 of those, and they're very easy to remove. Once I have my garlic peeled, I go back to the flat side of my knife, and I lay it down on top of the garlic. I give a really strong pound, okay? And I smash that garlic. Smash that garlic. So now that all my garlic is smashed, once again, it's flat on the surface of the cutting board. It's now very easy to chop. Another little trick, guys, that you may or may not know is when it comes to chopping garlic, if you want to get your garlic nice and fine, okay? I'm not trying to get this one fine, but I'm going to show you. If you want to get your garlic nice and fine, okay, you give it a nice chop. You chop it all the way, and then I'm going to show you a little trick. Then you get some salt. Okay, you get some salt, you sprinkle the salt onto your garlic, and the salt is gonna act as an abrasive. Okay, so if you can see this, I want to show you. Just bring the camera a little closer so we can see the garlic chopped on the board. Okay, that's my garlic. Okay, so I am going to take that, and you've seen me. I've added the salt to that, and I'm gonna use the tip of my knife, and I'm just gonna crush that. Okay, I'm gonna crush that garlic, and in crushing that garlic, it's gonna make it like minced garlic. See that? So you can hear, if you can hear the crunching sound, that's the salt acting as an abrasive to the garlic. Look at that, and it becomes very pasty, very much like garlic paste. See that? All right. So that's a little trick that we can use when it comes to mincing our garlic and then chopping it and make it fine. And again, it depends on what it is that what it is that you're using it for. I'm just going to move this over to the side. And I'll move that over to the side. And I've got all these ingredients. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to move this cutting board out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my other cutting board. And the reason I'm bringing this other cutting board in is I'm bringing this in because I'm going to be cutting my chicken on this board. I don't want to use the same board to cut my vegetable and cut my chicken, even though everything is going in the same pan and we're going to add heat to it. We don't want to. We want to prevent any kind of cross contamination or spreading of salmonella. But I'm also going to take one of these J-cloth, and I'm just going to get some water on this. Let me get some water on this J-cloth, and I'm going to spread this down on the countertop, and I'm going to put my cutting board on top. The reason being, once I put my cutting board on a wet piece of J-cloth or a piece of paper towel, look what happens. It's very difficult to move. It's not an easy thing to move. So when you're cutting your meat, you have some sort of stability underneath to prevent the board from moving. When the board moves, then the knife may move, and then you may end up having an accident, and we don't want that. So let me grab a piece of the chicken, and I've got a piece of chicken breast here, guys, that I'm using. Got a piece of chicken breast, and I'm just gonna lay that on there. And let me just move this out of the way. I've got a piece of chicken breast. I don't think I'm gonna need more than that for my chicken breast. So let me kind of trim this up a little bit. It's got a little piece of fat on there. I'm just gonna remove that. All right. So I've got my piece of chicken breast here. And what I'm going to do with this is I am going to be cutting this on a bit of an angle. And the reason I'm cutting this on a bit of an angle is to ensure that I get a nice slice, nice piece of chicken. All right. Look at that. And it's not going to take long to prepare. It's not going to take long to cook at all, guys. It really won't. So I'm just putting it on an angle. Rather than just cutting it straight, you put it on an angle and you cut it on an angle. It almost gives the illusion of a larger piece of chicken, okay? And that again is another little trick that we can use. You see that? I've got the angle. I just put my knife on an angle and I just cut that chicken on an angle. And in doing so, it creates that illusion as if the chicken is a much larger piece than it really is. All right. All right. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to I'm just going to use this bowl. I'm just going to put my chicken in the bowl and just move this along and just kind of give my cutting board a nice little wash. And in doing so, I've always been cautioned by Lo that I have to use a sanitizer.
Absolutely, because
whenever
raw chicken.
she's not a big fan of the chicken thing, so
No, I like it clean after the chicken.
We wanna give that a nice little wash. Kind of clean up, and it's important, as they say, cleanliness is next to godliness. So once I get my board, because I don't know when I'm going to be using this board again, so I want to get it ready, get it washed, get it sanitized, and allow it to dry. Okay, and I'm just going to allow it to drip dry from there. I'm just grab a piece of paper towel. All right, so I've got pretty much all my ingredients ready. The only thing that I've got that's missing, as far as my ingredients go, is I'm missing some chopped parsley, because I know at some point I'm going to need to add some chopped parsley to my chicken Alfredo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this board back over here, and I've got a nice big section here that's unused. I'm going to be chopping some parsley on there, and I'm just going to put it away in a container for later on when I need it. In actuality, you know what? I've got this fresh piece of parsley. I think I've got another little batch here.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I've got my parsley here, and I'm just gonna rough chop my parsley. And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is again, you know, the French, when they're cooking a meal, they call this process their mise en place. And mise en place simply means preparation ahead of time. So in doing so, I'm getting all my preparation ready, And this is so when you're even cooking your meals at home, you get all your preparation ready ahead of time. So when it's time for your family to eat, you just got to start assembling. You get the stove on, you start assembling, and you have all the ingredients there. You have everything ready. You don't want to scramble and trying to find ingredients when you have time to do it. So you prepare, you do your mise en place, you get your mise en place in place.
I'm here too, guys, but I'm a little under the weather, so I'm here with my peppermint.
What weather are you under? You're under the snow or you're under the rain? She's under some kind of weather. Some kind of weather. So we're just gonna get our chopped parsley on into the pan, and I'm gonna move this board back over on the other side. All right. Let me just grab some black pepper. I've got some black pepper here. Just gonna add a little black pepper to my chicken. Just a bit, some salt, and I'm just gonna ensure that we get this dish all seasoned up. Where are my well? It's always nice to know I can find my wooden spoon when I'm looking for them. And I don't see a single wooden spoon there. What's going on? Have we lost all the wooden spoons? Oh, they weren't removed from the dishwasher. Huh. They weren't removed from the dishwasher after washing. Okay. But let me stand by, grab a regular spoon and use for that. We're just gonna get this going. Now my chicken is all seasoned up and ready to go. Right. So I'm just gonna turn the burner back on to the pasta. All right, where are we there? That's right. Just gonna get the burner, turn the burner back up as I get the pasta going. And I've got my fettuccine here, guys. Got my fettuccine. I'm just gonna add some to the pan. Once I add that, then I'm going to get my ingredients going. Get my ingredients started. But as part of the whole mise en place thing, okay, I need to ensure that I have my strainer or my colander in the sink. So when it's time to drain my pasta, I'm all set. I'm not going to be scrambling looking for it. I've got everything here all set up. And I'm going to use this pan here. All right, that's the pan I'm going to be using for my, just waiting to get the stove going so I can get the pasta prepared. Just gonna open that now. Mind you, I don't need to have a whole lot. I'm just I'm gonna be preparing this and I'm gonna be feeding it to Lo. She's gonna be enjoying this. And on top of that, while I'm here, I may as well just pop open my Parmigiano Reggiano. Just get it going. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't need to open this one. I should have an open one in the refrigerator. There we go. Anyway, that's just Nino. I'm always going out and buying ingredients without checking to see what I have. So I have one right here, already open. I don't need to buy another one. So that's just put that on standby. That's all ready to go. What else do we need here? Okay, once I get my pasta going, I'm gonna move this to the back burner so it can continue to do its thing while I prepare the Alfredo sauce. Okay. As we talked earlier about having certain ingredients in our cupboard, I always have wine in my cupboard, guys. In this case, I've got a Chardonnay. It's a white wine. I'm going to be using some for my fettuccine Alfredo. I've also got a collection of red wine in my cupboard that, I got to have wine on board because you never know. You never know when I'm going to need some wine for cooking. I don't drink a whole lot of it, and I do from time to time, enjoy a glass, but I much prefer to cook with it. So I've got, let me just turn on this back burner here, get that going, and I'm going to be adding some fettuccine. I'm going to be adding some fettuccine. I don't think I'm going to need more than this. See there, that's probably about a cup. All right. What I like to do though is when I get my fettuccine or spaghetti or linguine, any kind of pasta of this length, I don't like to just add them to the pan like this. I like to break them in half. Okay. Let me just grab a pair of tongs so I can get this. Oh, you know what? What did I say earlier? All my stuff was in the dishwasher and they weren't removed from the dishwasher. Hence the reason why I've got all these things in there. So I've got my pasta here. I'm going to just break it in half. But before I do that, one more thing. I did mention earlier that it's probably wise to add a little oil to your water, all right, to prevent the excess semolina or flour on the pasta from causing you a problem later on. So I've got it now. I'm gonna break. Just pop you over there so you can see what's going on. I'm gonna break this in half, and when I break this in half, I'm not just gonna drop it in. I'm gonna allow it to drop, almost 1 by 1, 2 by 2 type of thing. Just add it in there. Right. This way they're not sticking together, and everything is slowly separating itself. Once I have that, I'm going to give it a little stir. So I'm happy with that. I've got a piece of the pasta just kind of got onto the burner, and that's going to smolder for a while. So let me just remove it. Would cause a problem. I'm going to move this to the back burner and allow that to continue to cook. And while that is doing its thing, I'm going to be putting on my pan onto the burner. All right, I'm going to get my pan on the burner and I'm going to get my ingredients going. So in doing so, I'm going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I get my olive oil in there. I'm going to get my olive oil in there. I'm going to allow that to just kind of heat up a little bit before I add anything in there. And the first thing I'm going to add in there, of course, is my chicken because I want to get the chicken cooking. All right, can you see that, guys? All right, so you can see my pasta. Pasta's cooking away. And I just give it a stir just so the pasta they're not sticking together. All right, so if they're thinking about sticking together, I'm telling them, you're not going to do it. Okay, so I've got my my pan going, and I'm going to be adding my chicken to the pan. Let me just warm, because there's nothing worse than putting chicken or any kind of meat in a cold pan. So there we go. We're gonna get that going, and we're just gonna allow that to add some seal. All right, it's gonna be cooking the whole time, so gonna allow it to add some seal. Once you get it going, I'm gonna be adding my other ingredients. All right, see, I've got my shallots and my garlic. I'm gonna add that to the pan. I'm also gonna add my peppers right from the cutting board. And I'm going to continue to give it a nice stir, get everything incorporated, get them all talking to each other. Now this is where you're having a bit of a food party because the food is all talking to each other, all getting to know each other. saying, "Hey, Fred, I'm here. Hey, Judith, I'm here too." So we got a bit of a party going on here, guys. And we just want to saute that. Want to get everything friendly, getting to know each other. I give it a little flip. And don't you worry, everything's gonna be cooked. All right, we incorporated. All right, once I get that going, and this is a very simple dish, very straightforward dish to prepare. Once I get it going, I want to put a splash of white wine. My Chardonnay, I just want to put maybe about a third of a cup just to get it going. And I'm going to allow that to just reduce a bit. Once I have that reduced, and you can see the wine is just flavoring everything and just dissolving a little bit. I want to get roughly about a quarter of a cup of heavy cream, and this is where I'm going to be adding my heavy cream. I'm going to be adding my heavy cream, okay, my 35% cream. I'm going to be adding about a quarter of a cup. I'm going to add about a quarter of a cup to it, okay? And I'm going to turn this burner down a bit because I want to get my pasta cooking. And the pasta is not cooking fast enough, so what we can do, we get that going. May have to switch these burners. Just put the pasta up front again, and put my Alfredo mix to the back. Turn the stove down, and I'm going to get this going. So because I've got that going, I want to add a little bit of salt to that. Okay, and it's salt to taste. I'm also going to add a little bit of black pepper to that. Now, mind you, because we're using cream and we're adding black pepper, we rightfully should be adding white pepper. This way we don't have these little black specks in there, all right? But it's okay to use black pepper if that's what you have. And this cream itself is just gonna thicken up. It's gonna get nice and rich, all right? And while that is simmering and I'm getting my pasta going, I'm gonna grate a little bit of Parmesan cheese that I'm gonna be adding to my heavy cream in the pan. Let's get me a little.
We got Raw in Toronto.
Raw,
Nino's
what's
favorite
going on, Raw?
subscribers here.
Welcome to the channel.
Raw says, "Baby Nino with a smooth lip." Baby, what's up? He says,
what's going on, Raw?
He just got in from downtown. He got called in for some overtime.
There you go. You gotta make that money.
You gotta make that money, 10 Raw. Hours. He said it should be a nice $1,400 paycheck.
Oh, look at that. All right, let me just get some of this Parmesan cheese grated.
Ross says, "How do you have your whole front door wide open when you live so close to dancing?"
Oh my God, Raw, you giving out my business like that, Raw? Raw, you giving out my business like that?
The front door is open because
I'm cooking.
He doesn't want to put the
fan on. The fan's gonna make a lot of noise. What's wrong with you, Raw? Come on now.
Because he doesn't want to make a lot of noise. And so I don't want the smoke alarm to go off. So that's why I opened the door. But what? How you doing?
Raw is here. Raw is in the house.
We switched it up a little bit this week because I don't feel very good. So Nino decided that he's going to cook. We're going to do our live this way. He says, enough respect to you both. So Nino's making a little
chicken fettuccine Alfredo. You know when you go to that restaurant, you got to pay a whole lot of money for this, Raw. You can watch it right here on Nino and Lo. You learn how to do it. Your wife would be, never mind your wife and children would be so impressed with you.
Yes.
All right.
Could you imagine?
I've got this reducing here, guys. I got everything going.
Let me show you how good that looks.
What's gonna happen?
Mm.
What's gonna happen now is that I've got my burner all the way down. Now it might reduce a little bit more than I want to. If that happens, I will
You
add a
can
little bit
adjust the
more.
camera.
I will add a little bit more cream to it. Okay, I will add a little bit more cream to it if it reduces too much because I'm just waiting very patiently on my fettuccine to cook. Now, mind you, I could have cooked this way ahead of time and just put it off to the side, but you know what? I wanted to do everything live on camera so you guys can see and then you can see the entire process. Okay. Yeah. So we got everything going here. We got the stove in. We've got in my pan here. I've got my assorted peppers. I've got my shallot, my garlic. I've got my chicken. I've got some 35% cream. And mind you, you must always use 35%. Don't be using that coffee cream or because if you do that, you know, I'm not saying you can't, but in the event that you're in a situation where you have to use that coffee cream, guys, because you don't have 35% cream, here's a little tip for you. If you take an egg yolk, just remove the white from the egg yolk. You put that egg yolk in a little bowl, and you add some of that coffee cream to it. Okay, you know the coffee cream in the jug, not the coffee cream in the little thing. Mind you, you could do that too, but and you add that, it will really create this thickness to the sauce. It'll make the sauce hold together very nicely. But that's another level. Okay, for now, you go to the store, you get your 35% cream, you add your 35% cream, and Bob's your uncle. Right? Don't complicate your life when you don't have to. If I were caught in that situation, that is how I would handle it. But I'm just waiting for this to cook. My sauce is just about ready. My sauce is just about ready. Let me just kind of prepare
Guys,
my.
the house smells amazing. That chicken Alfredo is smelling good.
Doesn't
Can't wait
smell
to
good?
taste.
It smells good. All right, let me just put this
And
here.
for me, chicken Alfredo with that nice creamy white um, Parmigiano Reggiano sauce, it tastes
Parmigiano
good
Reggiano.
the very next day.
Yeah, I'm just cooking this here, and once you gotta test your pasta to make sure it's cooking. There are a couple of tricks. I'm giving you guys all the tricks today. A couple of tricks you can use when you're testing your pasta. And I used to do this just for the heck of it. If you take a piece of that pasta and you just put it in the palm of your hand and you throw it up against the wall, but don't tell anyone I told you this. If you threw it up against the wall and it stuck to the wall, it was ready. If it fell off the wall, it wasn't quite ready. But I think that's how they used to do things. But
Don't be
nowadays,
throwing any pasta onto my
see,
wall. Thank you very
I've
much.
been told by Lo, I'm not throwing any, no pasta thrown on my walls. So what I do instead is I just go in there and I just grab a piece of the pasta, right? And I just test it. And I also, hmm, and this, I can tell you when you're cooking pasta, it has to be al dente. Has to be al dente. And what that means is you need to get it kicked back at you just a little bit. You don't want to get it all soft and chewy and mushy. Just a little bit of a kickback. But you don't want to have it raw. So you want to make sure it's cooked and cooked. Listen, my name is not Nino for my name is Nino for a reason, right? I know how to cook Italian. Pay attention now. Pay attention. So my pasta is about ready. I'm about ready for this, guys. It's al dente and it's at that point. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna turn this burner down. I'm gonna bring this sauce back to the front burner. And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is one of my burners is not working very well. I'm gonna add a little bit more cream to it. Okay, add a little bit more cream, and I'm gonna strain my pasta.
You can't see your chicken. Let's see your chicken.
Can't see my chicken. Can't see your chicken. All right, guys, there it is, right there. There it is. I get the sauce going. And my pasta's ready, and I'm gonna be adding this is my Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna be adding my Parmesan cheese to the sauce. Okay, that's gonna be part of my sauce. Get it going. Look at that. Look how nice and rich that is. And all right, take a look at that. Take a look at that. Oh, that niceness, that loveliness in the pot. And I'm going to be adding my pasta to that. My pasta is all cooked, ready to go. I'm going to be adding my fettuccine to that, guys. Look at that. Add my fettuccine to that. Look. And I'm going to just give it a stir. Incorporate everything. Ensure that I coat the pasta. All right. And there we go. Look at that. All ready. Look at that. Nice and just absolutely scrumptiously delicious. Look at that, eh?
Tell Rod to come and taste.
Hey, Ron, you need to pop by and come taste, man. I'm ready for you. All right. All right. So this is all ready to go. All ready to go. And I'm just gonna put this in my plate. This is the dish right here. All set. All assembled. All set. Take a look at that, guys. Take a look at that. My fettuccine Alfredo. And I'm gonna be plating that puppy right now. Look at that. Mm. So every time that you go to that restaurant and they want to charge you a bag of money for this, you tell them I'm not paying that because Nino and Lo can show me how to do this. See, now that I've got my pasta there, I got my chopped parsley. I'm gonna add some chopped parsley to that. Look at that. Okay, I might even put a little chopped parsley. Look at that. Oh yeah. What do you guys think of that? Okay, what do you think of that?
Rod says, damn, that's white people food.
Look at that. Hey, Raw, you can't go and go eat your oxtail. Go and go eat your oxtail, Raw. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Fettuccine Alfredo in the flesh. Look at that. Look at that. Fettuccine Alfredo. All right. That is what we got going, guys. We prepared our fettuccine Alfredo. And I know man like Raw is just, boy, Raw, you're just a hater. But check that out, though. Check that out. That is absolutely delicious. This is restaurant quality food right here on Nino and Lo. So we're gonna have to do a taste test. We're gonna have to do a taste test here. So you want to do the taste test, Lo? You want in on this? Okay. Lo doesn't want to taste that. I am going to dive into this, guys, and I want you guys to look at that. Take a good look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna go down. It's absolutely delicious. Mm. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. You know what I could do is grate a little bit more Parmesan cheese on there, just for the sake of, because I'm a lover of cheese. I'm gonna grate a little bit more Parmesan on there, and just add to the deliciousness of it. Mm-mm-mm. I got a piece of chicken in there. I got some pasta, and I'm about ready. Mmm, mmm.
Let me taste.
That is yummy. Maybe that is shot. That is absolutely yummy.
It smells cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, guys. Look at that. Chicken. It has the assorted peppers. Parmigiano cheese.
Parmigiano Reggiano. The cheese. It's
Smells so
cheesy.
good.
It's cheesy. It's a cheesy dish. A very cheesy dish.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that lovely?
Mm-hmm.
Very creamy, very cheesy.
Very good.
Very cheesy, very creamy. You gotta like that. So whenever you go out for dinner, I want you to enjoy this dinner at home because you now have the ability to cook it at home, to prepare it at home. You know. So a man like you, Rod, you can't go and go eat oxtail, you know, because we know you. We know you. All right, so we're gonna have to put it in. You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. Look at that creaminess. Creamy delight.
Yum.
That is creamy delight. You want so we just let's just put this.
You want to keep going there?
So I don't know. This is actually quite delicious. Mm. Mm.
Buxton Williams is talking to you.
What's going on, Buxton? What's happening? I'm telling you, it is all about deliciousness.
It smells so good.
You can get over here, man. There's lots here for you. If you're in the vicinity, stop by. We got a bowl of fettuccine waiting for you. Because I'm telling you, this dish is kicking. It's delicious. It's flavorful. It's got all the characteristic of great food. Mm. And I love how the pasta just kind of give it a little kick.
Buxton said, why would he cook it when he could just come over?
Well, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Make your way over, Buxton. Make your way over. This is absolutely delicious. So let me ask you guys, what are you cooking for dinner today? What do you have cooking in your kitchen today? Hmm.
Buxton says I would have to show up and cook.
I'm actually thinking about preparing another dish. I don't know if you guys are in the mood to see another dish, but I'm thinking about preparing another dish. And the other dish I'm actually considering doing is called frito misto, and it's a combination of jumbo shrimp and calamari. So fried jumbo shrimp and fried calamari. It's very Italian, but I've got a little twist on it where I may be serving that with a bit of tzatziki sauce. So we're sticking with the Mediterranean theme. We're sticking with the we're mixing the Italian, bit of Italian, and it's only Italian because it's called frito misto. But you can also look at it as a Mediterranean with all the combination of seafood with the calamari as well as the shrimp. So I've got some really nice large shrimp. They're roughly about they're called 13, 15 simply because it takes 13 to 15 of them to make a pound. So you can imagine that they're good size. And you got the calamari rings, which we can fuse that together and get that all fried up and ready to go with some tzatziki sauce. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys want to stick around, if you want to go get on the phone and call your brother, your uncle, your sister, your nephew, your niece, even your in-laws that you don't like, and tell them to watch Nino and Lo. If I can see 20, 25 people on here watching, I would be so encouraged to get that next dish going so you guys can see what's going on and what the game is all about. Mm. So start making them phone call, guys. Start making them phone calls. I'll give you a little bit of an insight. So I've got my calamari. Got my calamari rings. I can ring that up. I've also got my shrimp, my 13 to 15 size shrimp. Look at the size of that puppy. Look at the size of that puppy. Gabe, the food is absolutely delicious. So if you guys want to see, if you want to see me prepare that, and you want to watch me through this whole process and learn how to prepare another dish so you can impress your significant other, you need to get on that phone and start calling people. I want to see them chiming in. I want to see 25 people up here before I even start cooking that dish. So let me know, guys. They got to make the phone calls. That's what it's all about. They have not been, if they have not subscribed to Nino and Lo, if they have not chimed in, you got to give them a poke and some encouragement. Appreciate all the hearts coming in, guys. Enough love. Enough love. I'm eating the pasta and just enjoying it. This is so delicious. This is so delicious. And this is one of the reasons why I if I decide to go out and eat, I will never, ever order pasta in a restaurant because I know how to make the best pasta there is. I am the creator of pasta. So in doing so, I prefer to make it. All right, let me kind of move my pasta out of the way. I'm just fusing together, guys. Just kind of putting a few of these things away so I can get the next dish start as you guys make those phone calls. Do you have a charger for this phone? It's dying. It is? Yes, ma'am. It's gonna need a charger. All right, I'm just kind of packing up here, guys. Just put some of these ingredients away so we can get cracking on the next one. We don't need the wine.
Why it's red?
It will be. I don't allow my phone to go to red.
Well, this new battery is very.
It's not as long lasting.
No, it's very long lasting. That's why.
All right.
Well, this has to go then.
We need to. Sorry, guys. We're just kind of charging up the phone a bit here, so you might not be able to.
No, they can hear you.
You can hear, but you might not be able to hear us as clearly. Good vibes, K. Wagwan. Blessings. She said blessings to all, especially the host, Nino and Lo. Big up yourself. Good vibes, Kate. Come on, we gotta get in the frame here, Lo.
Good I'm vibes, here too. We're doing things a little different this week. I wasn't feeling the best. I just want to curl up. I think I'm getting a flu or something. So Nino decided to take the reins and do some cooking.
I'm doing some cooking.
So he just made his fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And now he's going to make some shrimp and calamari. Good Vibes K says, Medea. Well, we appreciate that you're here.
Yes, good vibes.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Lo, you going to wash out that pan for me? Can you get a second? Or can I do that? All right. So we're going to, let me just get.
So where are you preparing that?
Preparing what?
That, because are you preparing it on this counter?
No, right here, right where I am right here. This is where I'm doing it, right here. So let me just get the cutting board all set up.
So I guess they won't be able to see you then because it can't reach?
Well, you can plug it in here.
That's why I'm asking. Smarty pants.
I'm not a smarty pants yet, but I will be.
There you go.
She's calling me a smarty pants, guys. I'm not a smarty pants yet, but I will be a smarty pants soon. All right, so let's get.
You can see?
I can see.
Okay.
Can you see? I can see. So let me just pour the water off of this. All right, so I've got some ingredients that I got to put together here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get my calamari rings all cut up, okay?
Can you show us what calamari is? And
I did already.
Oh.
Now,
okay.
This is a calamari. This is the calamari. That's the body of the squid. Okay, the only thing missing here is the head. The head is removed. This is just the tube. All right, I'm going to cut these into little rings. All right. So we're talking roughly about an inch and a half but roughly about an inch and a half. I don't want to make them too small. All right. So this is what we end up with. That's the ring. And we end up with a series of those. And we're just going to drop those in the pan. And this is just the bottom. This is just the tail portion of it. Okay? Let's just get rid of that. All right, here's the other ring. I've got 2 rings. And I'm just going to lay that on the board. And again, just about an inch and a half. And we're talking calamari rings, guys. I don't particularly like to see calamari rings any smaller than this.
You've got Jenny Grateful. She says dinner looks delicious.
Because they're they tend to cook very fast, and in doing so, they calamari is any form of seafood. They tend to cook very fast, and they get rubbery if you cook them too much. If you cook them too much, they get really rubbery. So I want to keep the calamari in a nice, keep it in a nice form, a nice thick piece. All right. I'm gonna be peeling. I'm gonna be peeling the shrimp, and as you can tell, guys, and I showed this earlier, these are 13 to 15, and what it really means is, as you go in the store, you see these numbers on the package. It will tell you that it's 13 to 15 pieces of these will add up to 1 pound. Okay, and what I do is I like to buy the ones that are this color rather than red. If they're red, means they're already cooked, and I don't want somebody to cook my shrimp for me. I want to be the one to cook it. Okay, and if you see the back here, there's a little slit, which means it's being deveined. It's being deveined and it's being cleaned out. What I like to do is I like to peel the shell off the shrimp, but I like to leave the last knuckle. I like to leave on. So I will start from the second last knuckle. I will start peeling, and I would leave the knuckle on there. And the reason I leave the knuckle on there is that it's all about aesthetics. Okay, once I remove that, pardon me. Then you have this. You have your shrimp, you have your tail, and it looks a lot better when you kind of leave the tail on rather than just removing the tail. The tail really adds to the appearance of the whole thing. What I also like to do, let me just grab a smaller knife. What I like to do is I peel these things, it's a whole shrimp, so you'll see the difference when I fry it. If I were to leave the shrimp like this, 2 things will happen. It will take a little longer to cook, number 1, and it won't fan out the way I want it to. So by taking your knife and really just score over that slit that's already there, it kind of opens it up a little bit. It kind of opens it up, so when you cook it, it fans out, and it gives it a really nice appearance. Okay? Oh boy, it's getting a little cough all of a sudden. So go back to my next shrimp, I remove from the second knuckle, and see the shell just comes right off. I get my knife, I score it, and I open it up a little. Right? And I will continue doing that with all the shrimps that I've got here. And it shouldn't take you more than about 5 minutes to do. In this case, 13 to 15. It's only about 13 to 15 pieces. It shouldn't take you more than about 5 minutes. And that's why it's important to buy shrimps that are already deveined and ready to go. So if you guys have any questions about this, just, it's your time to ask away. And let me know if you've ever prepared shrimps before. Let me know what you do and how did you prepare them? How did you cook them? What spices and seasoning did you add to them? Because with this, it is so versatile that I could do a lot with this right now. I can do a tremendous amount of things with this. And you know what? I'm not going to use all the ones I've got here. I'm going to save a few of them because I have another dish that I'm thinking about doing. I've got 6. I'm going to use 7. I'm going to use 7 shrimp. So I've got 7 shrimps, and I've also got my calamari ring. All right. I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to put everything together because I'm going to season it all together. And I've got this seasoning. Guys, that I actually brought back from Jamaica. It's called Season to the Bone. Season to the Bone, and I'm going to use some of my Season to the Bone on this shrimp dish today. Shrimp and calamari. And this Season to the Bone is such a secret weapon that I am going to it's tucked away in my cupboard. No one can get at it. I put it in the vault. And what I'm also gonna add to this, I'm also gonna add some salt, as well as some onion powder and some garlic powder to it. But in doing so, the batter or the coating for the shrimp, I'm also gonna prepare that. And I think that I should. Let me just grab another bowl. Here's a bowl here.
Now, Vibes K is saying she loves shrimp, and she did pepper shrimp a few days ago, Jamaican style.
Nice. Pepper shrimp is absolutely lovely. I love pepper shrimp. The only thing that I don't like about the pepper shrimp sometimes is because of the fact that sometimes when you're making it Jamaican style, they leave the head on, and I don't particularly enjoy the head. I prefer just to use the body. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of in this container here, guys. I'm gonna be using a little bit of flour for the coating, but I'm also gonna put some cornstarch in there because cornstarch adds a really nice texture, and it really nice, especially when you're frying. It really adds a really nice texture. So I'm going to add some flour as well as some cornstarch to this. And what I'm going to do is, very much like the fact that I seasoned up the shrimp, I'm going to be seasoning up the flour mixture as well. All right. So let me just grab some flour. Making a mess there already. It's a good thing it just falls on the countertop. Okay, so I'm going to use three big tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. And let me just get this in the garbage before it makes a mess. All right. And then I've got my cornstarch here. I'm also going to put 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in there as well. All right, so cornstarch is going to add a really nice texture. 1, 2, 3. Just shake off the excess just to ensure that we don't let it go and then create another mess. All right, so I've got to put that together, stir that together. I hope that's enough. You know what? Let me just add a little bit more cornstarch because I don't want at the end to be wondering why I didn't put more because I run out. I'd rather have a little too much than too little. And I much prefer to add cornstarch than the flour. All right. And I'm going to give this a little stir. I've got this seasoned to the bone. I'm going to add 1. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice helping. That's a nice helping. I'll give it a nice coating. And I'm just going to stir that in. Just blend it all together. I think I've got a little bit of I've got some garlic powder. And I'm using powder simply because if I were to use the fresh stuff, it wouldn't really stick. So I'm using the garlic powder and onion powder, okay, on this. Just add some garlic powder.
Now, Good Vibes Kay says she also uses corn flour because it adds a nice consistency.
That's it. Good Vibes, Kay. Cornstarch, corn flour. It's it really, really, really helps when you're making a dish like this. Absolutely. So I'm just adding some garlic powder as well as onion powder to both the mixture and to the actual calamari as well as shrimp. So I'm going to be adding some seasoned to the bone to the shrimp as well. This way the flavor is not just in the coating, but the flavor is actually on the seafood itself. All right. So I'm just gonna move over here. Let me just grab some of this, and I'm gonna season that up. And put a little bit on there. There we go. Look at that. And as you can tell, we have layers of flavor. So there's nothing that we're adding that is bland. Everything is going to be flavored. All right. And we're going to be getting that all seasoned up. Let me just move this back. I'm going to put this back in the vault. Otherwise, Lo is going to get at it or my daughter's going to get at it. And before you know it, it's all gone. I can't let them discover that this is good stuff. They just keep asking about it, but I won't tell them the secret. But I'll share it with you guys. All right. So let's get. I wish I had a bigger bowl. Let me just grab a larger bowl to put this in. This way I can really get it mixed. I'm just gonna move this. Put this in a much bigger bowl. We can incorporate the seasoning a lot better. Oh yeah. Look at that. As you guys can see, that is well seasoned. Okay, there's no question about it. You're gonna get a lovely flavor out of that. Well seasoned. All right, so we're gonna get our oil ready for the pan. Lo did get the frying pan ready. We're gonna have to dry that out because there's a little bit of moisture in there, and we don't wanna have a situation where we have water and oil mixing, because we know those two are not a good combination. They don't mix very well. All right, let me just back you up here a little bit. Back you up so you can see what's going on. All right, let's Let's move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. We've got our flour here. All right, I'm also gonna set up a plate here. I'm gonna set up a plate because once I get my calamari and my shrimp out of the oil, I'm gonna need to put it somewhere to rest, okay? So in doing so, just gonna add some paper towel to this just to kind of absorb any excess oil that may be released from the seafood. And I kind of move it over a little bit away from the stove so we don't have a situation. And I'm going to be adding my oil to that. All right, let's add.
Family forever.
Martin family, welcome to the channel. Yeah, man, add some oil to that. And my oil is, you know how it is. Once you have your oil, you have to recycle your oil. I'm just gonna add a little more to that. And you're probably wondering, Martin family, what we're making today. Well, I just did an amazing chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Absolutely delicious. I was just, it was good. It was good. And now what I'm making a frito misto, which is a combination of calamari, deep fried calamari, and deep fried jumbo shrimp. I got some good sized shrimp that we're going to be using. And we've got some tzatziki sauce that we're going to serve that with, okay?
And you see what she says? She's driving home from the airport. She's dropped her daughter off to Europe. I believe it's Scotland.
Ah, her daughter is going. Yes, that's right. She is going off to to Scotland, I believe. It is Scotland, right? Well, I wish her all the best, and I know she's gonna have a wonderful time. Tyler went home back to Japan yesterday, and yeah, he just couldn't wait to get home. That's home for them. So I wouldn't be surprised if when she gets there, she fall in love with the place, and you won't see her in Baltimore for a while. You might have to go over there to visit her. But I wish her all the best, and I hope she
misses Tyler.
Yes, Tyler's just a funny guy. He's just a great guy. He messaged us, let us know he got back okay. I know he's back to work tomorrow, so he's doing very well over there, enjoying it, and as I'm sure she will. All right, so I'm going to turn my stove on, and I want to regulate my burner. I don't want to get it too high. Let me grab. There's a little mechanism here that I need. All right, Martin family, safe travel. Be safe on the road, and we will catch up.
Oh, I missed the comments. Wait, let me go back. Good Vibes K said I missed the comment.
Oh, Good Vibes K? Well, what I said.
Good Vibes K says, but I did it with the shell and the head on, as it retains the flavor.
Absolutely.
I don't eat the shell or the head.
Absolutely. I do agree with you leaving the shell on and the head on. The problem is the shell is just not my thing. But I when I do eat those Jamaican pepper shrimp, I tend to remove the shell. The problem with removing the shell is half the freaking flavor is on the shell. So I usually just, after I remove the shell off a couple of them, I usually just said, you know what, the heck with it. Maybe I'll tear the head off and dispose of that, but I'll eat the rest of it with the shell. And here's the bad part about eating it with the shell. Have you ever had a piece of that shell stuck to the roof of your mouth and you can't get it out? That's happened to me a few times, and it's pretty annoying. But there's nothing like some good old Jamaican pepper shrimp from down on Middle Quarters. If you've never passed through Middle Quarters in Jamaica, guys, you got to take a trip and you got to pass through there. Best pepper shrimp anywhere in Jamaica. Middle Quarters, St. Elizabeth.
Good Vibe says, not my thing either, but the rest of her family eats everything.
Nice.
Shell,
Yeah, there's some people. Let me tell you, there's some people. I've seen some people grab a hold of them pepper shrimp, and boy, me feel sorry for the poor shrimp. Them beat the shrimp to death. But you know that only happens because it is so delicious. Yeah, man. Kudos.
She said yes, that is it. About to say
Kudos to them. So I'm just heating up my oil here, guys. So I've got
Martin Family Forever says she loves pepper shrimp.
yeah, man, pepper shrimp bud. I've got my my calamari and my shrimp here, all seasoned up. I've got my flour getting ready to dredge, all seasoned up, guys. Everything is seasoned up. All right.
Hold it up.
Everything is seasoned up, all set.
Hold it up.
Can you see that, guys?
There we go.
Beautiful. All right. And I've got my flour here. My flour, combination of my all-purpose flour and my cornstarch. And I'm just waiting for the oil to heat up. I don't want to make the oil too hot because, you know, I'm not trying to crucify it. And I've got a little some paper towel here on a plate. Okay, which is gonna absorb any kind of moisture that's coming, any kind of excess oil that's on there. What's that?
I have a laugh. I have a laugh.
I saw one of your shorts early this week. Got a question for Lo. Why?
Why am I
Why
hating
you hating on try? I love that. Why? Listen. I want you to ask that question again. Lo, you need to answer that question.
Because, sorry, I'm freezing cold.
Answer that
Tripe
question.
and guts are yucky. That's why I'm hating on the tripes and the guts.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Oh my God, Gabe, this is a long-standing debate about the tripe and bean and the tripe business. Ugh.
Okay, so I'm about ready to. I'm
gonna hold this so we can get a good look.
I'm about ready to get some of this going. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm trying to, you know, when I do this, I like to keep one hand wet, one hand dry. Okay, you might see me going back and forth to wash my hands, but let me. I'm going to be putting a few of the shrimp in here, right? And in doing so, I'm going to be coating it.
Is this gonna make a lot of steam that you need to put the fan on?
I don't know. I will tell you once it does. But I'm just trying to coat this. And you know how I just made an incision there to kind of create a really nice appearance? Well, I just kind of spread them and just kind of get some of that. I'm going to try putting 4 of them. I could probably put more than 4, but
Good
and I know all this is going to happen very quickly.
Martin Family Forever says, don't eat the head of the shrimp. Well, Kay's family, look, Good Vibes Kay likes the head of the shrimp.
Well, Martin Family. Yeah. To be
honest,
says
I'm missing out.
There's some people that just love it. So I'm just trying to coat all the shrimp.
And Good Vibes Kay says, Lo, I'm with you. Me no eat them things
boy.
there.
See, here comes another one. Here comes another one. Here comes another one.
Miss me when me there and there at Jamaica. Yeah, miss me with that business too.
So I am going to just shake off the excess, guys. I'm going to shake off the excess coating.
Martin Family Forever says I'm her twin in the kitchen because I don't like the mess.
So I don't pollute. I don't want to pollute my oil too much because I still got my calamari to fry. Okay, so I'm just shaking off any excess that I have on here.
Perfectionist. You're messing up the stove with all the flour.
We'll fix that. So here we go.
Ooh, don't put your fingers in the hot oil.
Oh, no, I won't. So you might see a little bit of spark going on there, guys, with the oil. Maybe some of it may splash up. Let me go and wash my hand, get rid of this thick finger with all the coating on my fingers. All right.
I agree with you, Good Vibes K. We're not missing nothing.
Well, you guys are missing everything.
Not with that price.
All right. So now that I've got this going, all right, I'm just gonna let them sit there and just fry. I've got all of them in there.
Ooh, that was quick.
Yeah, it happens fast. And the thing about the shrimp is that they cook very fast, so you gotta be careful. Gotta be alert. I'm just gonna give them a little flip. Oh, look at that. All right. Turn the stove down a bit.
Ooh, that's quick.
Oh, we got a bit of popping going on here.
Ooh.
I get fiesta para me.
Ooh.
All right, so we got a bit of flame. I'm not even worried about that. Not worried about that. I just remove that. It'll go away. All right, and we're just gonna put that there.
You're burning up my kitchen.
No, I'm not burning up your kitchen though.
Or I should say your kitchen's more than my kitchen.
We'll be all right.
Oh.
And you see,
Yeah,
because we have all that excess. Let me just kind of remove this. Just kind of cool that down a bit.
Good Vibes K says that Martin family forever, and you can have our share of the treasure.
Trust me, I will too. A matter of fact, guys, I'm glad you guys are talking about this because I'm not sharing my tripe and beans with any of you guys. You guys,
you can have my share.
You guys are just gonna waste it. Waste my ancestors' food. You guys are wrong. You just want to waste my ancestors' food. I'm not gonna allow you to do that. All right, so that's coating.
Boston says he just ate, but he instantly got hungry after seeing your cooking.
All right, see it there? See it there?
It smells good.
I'm just trying to make sure that these calamari pieces gets coated properly.
Oh.
What's the matter, Lo?
I'm dragging.
Lo's not feeling full 100 today, guys, so she's not. She's a bit.
Feeling
She's
very
a bit
cold now.
She's a bit under the weather. You coming down with something?
I think I might be.
That's not good.
I think I might be.
Because normally when you start getting it, I start getting it, so that's not good. I don't want to be sick right now.
Listen, I have the immune system
of
I don't know,
a cheetah.
It's very strong. Working with all those people coughing and sneezing.
Oh, yeah, you guys are in the trenches.
Yeah.
All right, so as you tell, guys, I'm just taking them one at a time, just ensure that they're coated properly. All right. And what that will do for me as well, will allow the oil to cool down a little, because I think the oil was a little on the hot side. Hot on crisp up the shrimp them like. So I want to get so we're almost there.
I know Martin Family Forever is driving, but I'm here washing up.
She's doing what she does best there, Martin Family.
I'm washing up as he cooks because, like you know, we don't like a mess. You like to wait for the mess at the end.
Well, she stays on top of the mess and makes sure the mess is tidied up. And while I cook, she does a great job at that too. Are we almost there?
Can I take this?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so I'm ready to go. All right, let me just move this over. And should I just wash my hands?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the one thing I like about having excess amount of cornstarch in there is that when it's time to get it off your hand, it comes off very easily, as opposed to the flour. Okay. You can see how much that excess, that flour just gets in there. Eh? All right. That's the thing about making this dish is that you cannot help all that excess flour and cornstarch mixture to make its way into the pan. So it really kills it very quickly because it's in there. I'm just gonna shake off as much as I shaked off a lot of the excess before. Oh, here we go.
You cooking the chicken or no?
Probably not. All right. So I've got the calamari frying away there. I have to do it in 2 batches because I don't want to put too many in there and then they don't fry properly.
You looking at your chat?
Not really.
Oh.
Good vibes. It says, Lo, tell Nino what I said. What did you say, babe?
Oh, hold on. I'm coming. I just have to wash a few. Okay.
She's saying she likes tripe and beans. Is that what she said? I thought that's what I heard.
She said,
Good vibe is saying she
turn
likes.
on the extras to find Nino and stop burn up low kitchen.
Jesus Christ! If you turn on the fan, that will make too much noise.
Oh, I don't think it's the flu, Martin family forever. I hope not either, but I mean, everybody at work has the flu, patients and staff alike, and I've been good so far.
La la la.
Ooh, Jenny Grateful says tonight we are having jerk turkey, mashed potatoes, and steamed broccoli.
Yum,
yum, yum, yum. That sounds good.
I'm coming to your yard, Jen. All right, so we get the calamari rings.
Okay, the frying is done.
No, not quite. Not quite. We got another batch to do.
Okay.
We got another batch.
All right. That sounds good, like my kind of dinner. Jerk turkey.
Jerk turkey. Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds good. We have to try that one time. Maybe you can put the fan on low.
Are you saying maybe you should put the fan on low? You're low. You think the fan is smoking up the place? I don't know. It won't set the fire alarm, no?
Okay.
I don't think it will.
The smoke alarm?
It won't, or the smoke alarm. Let me kind of tidy up this stove a little bit. You can always tell when this oil is on its way, when it's broken down.
How?
Well, because it starts to bubble like that.
That means that it's broken down?
It's on its way.
What do you mean it's on its way? It's on its way out?
It's on its way out. That's why it's bubbling like that, almost like there's a lot of liquid in it.
Oh.
That's okay. We'll get it all done. But the whole idea here is not to fill the pan too much and end up with it boiling. All right, it's supposed to be fried, not boiled.
Now, Good Vibe says no calamari for me. Miss me with that too.
Rotted. Yo, listen. Good vibes. Go and go eat your oxtail.
She says yes. Put the fan on low.
Put the fan on low, or put the fan on low. Hey, good vibes. Talk to me. Is that? Are you talking to Lo, telling her to put the fan on, or is it put the fan on low? Talk to me. I'm waiting for some clarification. Put the fan on low. Is it smoky?
A little bit.
A little bit. Oh. All right, Lo. We're almost done. We are almost done. We're almost to the finish line.
I'm not a fan of calamari.
Oh,
either.
I love calamari. I love it. Whoa. You see that? It just shot. You just shot something at me.
Yeah.
You calamari. You just shot something at me.
Is this flour mixture still good or no?
It's no garbage. It's done. It's done its job. So we can get rid of that. It's done its job. Alright, we can take these out. I swear I looked around and there was something just... It's almost like when a sea lion spat at me one time. Alright, so let's put that off to the side. Turn the burner off. Alright, so let's let me... You don't like that plate. No, if I remember correctly, you're not a big fan.
Well, just because the plate is a lot harder to clean than anything else.
Where are the other plates? It was here. Alright, let me just grab plate.
Now, Good Vibes Kay says she's a funny, picky eater. She says no oxtail for me either.
Wow.
Wow, I eat oxtail, please.
Listen, Good Vibes, Kate, you better go eat your vegetables. You better go eat your vegetables, girl.
Oh, I eat oxtail.
Go and eat your vegetables, girl. Here we go. I'm just gonna assemble my my dish here, guys. Just gonna assemble my dish. So in doing so, let me grab. Where is? Where is my? I don't know where it is. Oh, I had it here. Here it is. There we go. Let me just grab my tzatziki.
Good Vibes says, Nino, I don't care.
I saw it go. I saw it go. Eat and eat. Okay, so I'm going to be plating up my my shrimp dish, guys. My shrimp and we're going to put it like that. We're gonna need some pieces of lemon. Where's my trusty knife? We're gonna cut some lemon.
Goodbye says I only eat chicken, fish, vegetable, and prawns.
Wow.
But I cook everything for the people that eat it.
Wow.
Duke's
Tell
Kitchen
you.
in the house.
Duke's Kitchen, Wagwan.
Says food's looking good.
Wagwan. See there, guys? See there, see there?
Ooh, yeah.
See there?
That.
See there? That is what we call frito misto. A combination of jumbo shrimp and calamari with tzatziki sauce. That's so we are going to eat tonight. We're going to eat licious and delicious. What do you guys think? What do you think?
Duke says, Dale, watch the top chef. And Good Life says, that's since that she was a little girl, man.
See, look at that. That is my meal right there. Wait, where you go? Come back. Look at that. Absolutely
Oh my.
delightful, guys. Delightful.
Call some taste testers from downstairs. Oh, Martin family says, where's my restaurant quality? Says Duke's Kitchen. Jenny Grateful says I'm drooling.
What?
Jenny Grateful says I'm drooling. Duke's Kitchen says restaurant quality.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, you know
Martin family says tzatziki sauce.
You know Nino and Lo don't play. We don't play. We do not play, guys. That's what we do. That's what we do, guys. That's what we do. So I still have another trick up my sleeve, guys. I don't know if Lo is up for it, but I still have another trick up my sleeve. I don't think Lo wants to go for it, but it is what I call my 10-minute meal, where I can prepare a Thai meal in 10 minutes. But you know, so because we come home, we don't have a lot of time to cook for the family and for ourselves, so we just want to get in there, prepare as fast as we can, get out as fast as we can. But I'm happy that you guys are here to witness. Prior to this, I made a fettuccine alfredo, chicken fettuccine alfredo, to die for. And we've got the frito misto here, combination of shrimp and calamari with some tzatziki sauce. This is a crowd favorite. I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. Hoping you guys continue to support Nino and Lo as we go through this journey. 2026 is gonna be the beginning of Nino and Lo, as I'm saying, to the world. Am I making
something else?
I can.
No.
Are you up for it?
No, I want to just curl up in my bed.
She wants to curl up, guys. She's saying she doesn't want another dish. I'm ready to do another dish, but Lo is saying...
It's up to you if you want to make another dish.
No, we can always make it another day. We can make it another day.
Look how huge that is.
That is humongous. And you see, by just putting a little crack in the back of it, guys, it just really opens up. And... You are good. But yes, the season to the bone.
Yeah.
Real season to the bone, that's right. Every inch of it this season.
Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for joining us.
You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for joining us. Listen, don't forget to
Where
tell
the
your
shots
friends.
there? She said, make sure you make a shorts with
We
that.
have to make a shot.
We will.
Listen, we're gonna make a shot. We're gonna make a long and everything else.
Yes. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while,
guys.
We'll see you next time.
What's under my nose?
I'm out. Peace.
Later.
Take care, guys.
Big up on yourself. Enough love.
Bye.